Hey, this is Mark Rodriguez, and you're watching WWE Aftershock. We're talking about all the cool WWE pay-per-views available on the network, and today we're going to be talking about the second big Smackdown exclusive pay-per-view, the WWE No Mercy. Because yes, now we got pay-per-views. We got two of them every month now. One on Raw, one on SmackDown. This is the SmackDown one, so let's kind of get to it. So, first one we have here is for the kickoff show. It was a big 8-man tag team match. Basically, two tag teams combined to make like a mega tag team, I guess. And I guess they're fighting for, like, whoever wins this kind of goes up the ladder so they could eventually get a shot at the tag team titles. And we got the Hype Bros, which are Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder, teaming up with American Alpha. I don't know these guys too much, but I heard that everyone loves them a lot. NXT, and their guys are Chad Gable and Jason Jordan with that whole ready, willing, and Gable kind of slogan there. And they're going against the Ascension, and I'm kind of like, oh wow, they're still around, and teaming up with the Vaudevillains, which are Simon Gotch and Aiden English. And so yeah, you know, they fought it out. Pretty good there. Always good to see Zack Ryder like back in action. Like with this tag team, it kind of like brings them more into the forefront now. That's kind of cool. The Ascension, I think one of them had like different face paint. It wasn't that weird black and red triangle lines anymore. It was like a weird, I don't know, it was weird face paint, and I think the hair looked different. I think that was Connor, the smaller guy, and yeah, just, you know, something to point out, kind of interesting, because they just, I don't know, they're just there. They're just there, you know, I mean, I guess they were kind of, sort of, when they were, like, Stardust henchmen, but it's like, they don't know what to do with them, you know, and the Vaudevillains are also, like, they're just kind of there, you know, other than that first time where they, injured Enzo accidentally and whatever, but other than that, they're just kind of there, and from what I heard, both the Ascension and the Vaudevillains were big when they were in NXT, so, you know, whatever. So anyways, decent match. Lots of good moves there. One of the weirdest ones was when English grabbed one of the American Alpha guys and was like put him in a sleeper hold, and he was singing like a lullaby. That was like weird, just, you know, go to sleep. And that English accent of his, and I'm like, what? You know, and the crowd was actually like laughing and cheering for that. So I'm like, okay. And what's his name? Mojo Rawley, super pumped up, super hyped, like super hyped to the extreme, like super like crazy. When he got in there, he was like so hyped up, so out of control. I thought he was almost going to attack Ryder, his own tag team partner. This is so crazy. But yeah, in the end, the Hype Bros and American Alpha did win. So there you go. They win. I don't know what's going to happen there, if they're going to have to fight each other eventually, because only one tag team can go on to challenge the tag team champs, right? So yeah, it was an interesting way to start the kickoff show and show off some of the new guys, and I guess give the Ascension something to do. So, now for the actual pay-per-view, this is the weird part. I really don't know why or whatever, but they wanted to make this event like this time, we're going to have the main event first. So it's like, okay, kind of weird. I would have probably done this if there were other, like, real big matches. Yeah, there's some good matches here, but, like, usually if you have some matches that are so awesome that it could almost qualify as a double main event, I mean, you can kind of do this, but it's kind of weird how they did this match. And it left me wondering, well, if this is first, how they're going to end it, because they're still going to end it somehow, or you're going to, like, end the match with, you know, Alicia Fox fighting against Summer Rae and just end it like that. You have to have something big. So we'll see as the show goes on. So the main event was AJ Styles against Dean Ambrose and John Cena for the title, for the, I can't remember what it is anymore. Oh yeah, the original WWE World Championship title. Of course, AJ Styles, you know, he's the champion now, and Dean Ambrose got pissed because he lost the title basically to a shot to the balls, so he wants to, you know, get his title back. And of course, John Cena, because, hey, you know, and his name is John Cena, so of course he has to also, like that, right? He also has to come in and fight. So yeah, it was a pretty intense match. They all really gave it their all. I mean, they really, like, it was just super intense. It was super intense. Lots of finishing moves back and forth. I felt in the beginning of the match, Dean Ambrose was like barely in it. He was like really like knocked out or something, or I don't know what he was doing off the ring, but he was like barely in it. So I'm like, well, what's going on? But yeah, finally he did get in there, and he did, you know, his fair share of damage too. It was kind of weird how he was kind of sitting it out at first, you know. But one thing that kind of, like, John Cena was almost going to do like a double AA. He almost had AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose like stacked on top of each other. He was going to do it, but like, you know, I think AJ escaped or something. But that would have been cool to see, you know, like a double AA. And then the weird thing was, and this kind of bugged me, I guess, is that Cena, no, I think first Dean Ambrose grabbed AJ in some kind of submission move, and then John Cena came in and grabbed him in the cross space, and so he was like basically in a double submission move, and AJ tapped out. So he tapped out. He was like, you know, kicked out of the ring, and then the match continued between Cena and Ambrose. But the thing is that I guess since there was no official person, like we don't know officially if he tapped out with either Cena or Ambrose. So if I kept going, I guess AJ still could get in there, and in the end, he still defeated them, and, you know, he still became, you know, he still defended his title, he still was the champion again. So, I don't know what to think about that. I don't know, I just don't like AJ's attitude. I would have liked Ambrose to have a longer run. I guess John Cena being 16-time champion, it's going to happen sooner or later. I really don't see any rush for him leaving the company, so he's bound to be champion again one more time before he leaves, you know, but, I don't know. I just didn't like AJ winning. I don't like him. I mean, yeah, he's got good moves. I just don't like just character, you should say. And I think that he did tap out, so that should have just disqualified him from the match. I mean, when that happened, I was kind of happy because I was thinking like, okay, it doesn't matter who wins now between Cena or Ambrose. It's like at least AJ Styles is going to lose his title because he did tap out, you know. It just wasn't clear who he tapped out to, and he should have just had Cena and Ambrose fight it out for the title. But, you know, didn't happen that way. It's weird, very weird. Like, I don't even know why. I guess he left the moment. Why would you put someone in a submission move when he's already in a submission move? Because, whatever. Anyways, AJ Styles still the champion. The next one we had was Nikki Bella against Carmella, because Carmella has been picking on her a lot for whatever reason. And since, of course, we all know that Nikki is recovering from her neck surgery, Carmella did target her neck a lot and did a lot of like neck breakers and lots of moves that really like fling your head back and stuff, which you probably shouldn't be doing if you had a neck, you know, injury. But yeah, what can I say? Nikki Bella still kicked her ass, and she did like a slightly improved version of the rack attack and defeated her. Not much I can really say. It's just regular match, and I don't know. I guess I don't even know if I'm happy that Nikki's back or not. I guess it's kind of cool seeing her again. But I don't care about Nikki. I don't care about Carmella. So, you know, whatever. The next match was Heath Slater and Rhino, because they're a tag team. And, of course, they are the Smackdown Tag Team Champions, fighting against the Usos. And, of course, now the Usos are, I guess, bad. I don't know if they're really bad or they just have, like, this brand new, like, I just don't give a fuck attitude. So I don't really know if they're, like, all out bad or just, I guess, whatever. But, no more facial makeup. The weird thing is that they were just, and someone even commented on my Facebook, they're like the most casually dressed guys ever. Like, if you just saw pictures of them, I mean, one of them had his shirt off and just regular jeans, and the other one had like shirt on and jeans, I guess to tell them apart. But they're both dressed up so casual, you can't even tell that they're going to a wrestling match, you know. And all new music, so unfortunately, if you like the Usos back when they were like, I guess, more positive and they had that cool music, that music's gone now. Now it's a bit of a more serious kind of tune to, I guess, like further drive the point home that these are not the happy, fun-loving Usos anymore. Now they're just there to kick ass and they don't give a shit, you know, that kind of crap. So, yeah, they fought it out, you know, good moves and stuff. What's his name? Rhino was kind of taken out for a while, but Heath Slater, for his defense, did a very good job of trying to keep the match going by himself. I mean, we barely see him do anything, and we're so used to him always going down the moment we do see him do something. So he did survive for a long time until Rhino would finally get tagged back in and gore one of the Usos and win the match, and they would still keep their titles. Yeah, interesting match. I guess for me it's just more interesting because you barely see Heath Slater in action. Rhino's cool. And I'm just kind of like, I guess, looking at the Usos with their brand new attitude and stuff. And it's kind of funny that way because I guess Naomi's a good guy again. So it's always weird because they're married, you know, one of the Usos and Naomi. So it's always like Usos a good guy while Naomi's the bad girl. Now Naomi's a good girl again. And now the Usos are bad. So it's just weird how it just keeps flip-flopping between them like that. But, we'll see what happens. We'll see will the Usos become the new tag team champions eventually. We'll have to see, right? So, then we had Baron Corbin fighting against Jack Swagger. Again, I don't care about either of them. From what I heard, Jack Swagger was recently inducted into SmackDown. You know, good match. They did their thing. I'm sorry because I was kind of sort of zoning out from this. So, yeah. Baron Corbin did win, which is cool. I'm just glad that at least he's fighting someone else that's not just Ziggy all the time. And speaking of which, there's another match that I thought that me and some other guys thought that this could have been the I guess, not the main event, but the way to end the show. Because again, the main event was first, but you still got to end the show on something cool. So we figured this was going to be the match they were going to end it in. I can't even talk. But this is Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz. And the whole big thing was that his job, Ziggler's job, was on the line. So if Dolph Ziggler lost this match, he would be fired, fired, forced to retire, whatever, and just leave WWE forever. I thought that was kind of like, well, he could, always go to Raw. But no, he would be like dropped off the company. They've been doing emphasis on Ziggy basically not doing anything, which is kind of true. All he does is lose. He's just there, he's just there. So, yeah, this is the big match for the title because, of course, The Miz is the Intercontinental Champion. So it's a big match. Either Miz loses his title or, Ziggy is out. So what can I say? Pretty intense match. They both pull out all the stops, and no matter what, Ziggy would just not go down. He just would not go down. There was so much shit going on. Like, near the end, there was so many things. Like, I forgot what The Miz did. He did something to distract the referee, and, not Ziggy, but Maurice, which is The Miz's wife, grabbed Ziggler and sprayed some crap in his eyes. And I remember that there was another match before where she sprayed something into either his eyes or someone else's eyes, and that's what caused the match to end. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, God, oh, dude. And, I was expecting, he was going to lose, but no. He still kicked out. He still got, hit by The Miz's attack or whatever, and he still kicked out. And then, later, these weird guys dressed in purple, I don't know who the hell they are. They appeared in some skit, in SmackDown episode. I don't know who they are. I don't even know they're official wrestlers or whatever. But they came in trying to cheat or whatever, trying to do whatever. And, Ziggy still survived this onslaught. And the referee actually demanded that these weird guys and Maurice would all leave the ring to make it like a fair fight. And while The Miz was distracted by this, now Ziggy grabbed him with a zigzag and beat him, and that was pretty awesome. So not only did he keep his job, but he also became the champion, but he also showed like just this amount of like, I guess, like a lot of heart, I should say, that he just wouldn't go down. He did all this shit on him. I think he was actually stuck in the figure 4 leg lock for a couple of times, and he still would not tap out. He would still not tap out. He would still continue the match. And despite all the cheating and interference, I mean, he would just not give up. So it was a pretty good matchup. And I guess Ziggy's the champion, so we'll see what happens now. We'll see how long he can defend his Intercontinental Champion. Let's see if he actually has a good run. And let's see if he can, if he can actually do something cool and have a good run. Because I felt it was so weird that last big match a couple of years ago with the Survivor Series that it was like Cena's team against the Authority. And of course, at that time, we thought that if Cena won and stuff, the Authority would be gone for good. Of course, they're back now. But like, it was so awesome that Ziggy single-handedly won, like they won because of him, and I thought that was going to build him up, but no, they just buried him after that anyway. So now that he's Intercontinental Champion, let's see if they can keep that going. So, next thing we have, and I was thinking, well, maybe they could have done something, but, and to tell you the truth, this is probably like the only reason I cared to watch this pay-per-view, because I almost forgot it was on, but Alexa Bliss was supposed to face Becky Lynch for the title, and I wanted to watch just to see Becky Lynch, like, hopefully win and, defend her title and keep it, because, I'm tired of these people that just win the title and so fast next week it's gone, but, I guess she's sick. There's pictures on Instagram that she's like sick in bed and stuff, like, normal disease, not the typical like wrestling injury. So she couldn't compete, but they still said you're gonna fight someone tonight. So I'm wondering, well, who is it? And yeah, it's Naomi. So Naomi, like I said before, and probably in the other episodes that she did this, she now has like a very heavy dance motif going on. I guess she's kind of going back to her funkadactyl roots and just shaking it down, colored hair and whatever. I guess her outfit is a little more tolerable than what she wore before, or if it's the same, maybe I just got desensitized to it. I don't know. But the thing is, she fought out with Alexa Bliss. Very good match. They both gave it their all, but the big shocker was, because even I thought that Naomi was just there to kind of fill in some time, whatever. She actually won. She actually took down Alexa Bliss and won, and left out, the champion. And Alexa Bliss was literally throwing a tantrum. She was literally throwing a little temper tantrum in the ring, and kept yelling and shouting because from the get-go, she thought that Naomi was just a waste of time, and she's all like you're nothing to me, I don't even like you, and all that stuff. And I'm thinking, excuse me, she's been fighting way more than you. You're the newbie, here. She's the veteran. But I was honestly surprised that Naomi won, and maybe, I don't know, because Alexa Bliss is supposed to be like the next contender to go against Becky Lynch, but now that Naomi won, maybe now Naomi's going to try to cut in, and maybe there'll be like something going on of Naomi wanting to get her shot at the title. We'll see what happens. And again, yes, not Naomi, but Alexa Bliss is still doing her little Harley Quinn thing. I noticed that the announcers, one of the commentators, mentioned that she looks kind of like Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad movie, but the weird thing is, like, the other guy was trying to talk over him, so I don't know if that was like on purpose to kind of avoid copyright issues from DC or whatever, but it was kind of funny how he mentioned it. You have to listen to it when he said it, because it's really covered up by the other guy talking, so that's kind of weird. But, and apparently, Naomi's outfit represents the Last Dragon, like some woman in that movie. I've never seen it, but I don't know. But anyways, I was surprised Naomi won. That's all I gotta say. I was surprised she won. So now, the next big match, and this was the final one to end the show. And I gotta say, it was a cool way to end it. Was because this is a match that we didn't get to see before. It was Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. Finally. Because, of course, last time, the real world reason was that Randy Orton was still injured against his match with Brock Lesnar. But, TV show version was because Bray Wyatt jumped him and stuff at the beginning of the show. So he was too injured that he couldn't, fight against Bray Wyatt. They brought in Kane. So now we finally got to see Bray Wyatt playing against Randy Orton. And yeah, pretty good match. They're both pretty intense. And I'm surprised. I actually heard a guy in the audience like, yeah, Bray Wyatt, yeah, kick his ass. I'm like, wow, they're cheering for Bray Wyatt now, So that's kind of cool. And yeah, lots of good moves and everything. Near the end though, he did go down, and Randy Orton was ready to finish him off. Like, it looked bad. It looked like, yeah, he was gonna lose. I was like, well, I was expecting the usual RKO out of nowhere, and that's it, because Bray Wyatt always loses. But then all of a sudden, you see, like, the whole, that weird transition faces and stuff he always does, and everything just went black. And then when the lights went back on, Luke Harper's back. Luke Harper's back in town. He was wearing, like, some kind of hooded thing, just, acting creepy and everything. Randy Orton was distracted, and what's his name? Bray Wyatt grabbed him. Sister Abigail, good night, and he won the match. And since Luke Harper, he technically didn't do anything, he was just there. It was, distraction, but he never actually touched him or anything. There's no disqualification, and Bray Wyatt won and all that good stuff. But I do have to say that it is cool that Bray Wyatt won. It is cool that Luke Harper's back, because Luke Harper's a very good wrestler. He's very, very skilled. I mean, you look past the big beard and, the sweaty shirt and all that, but he does put some great A matches, when he's fighting. But I just kind of wish that it didn't look so much like he came to his rescue, because we gotta see Bray Wyatt win some more matches, and here he basically just won because of the distraction. Randy Orton was ready to just basically put him away, and we need more matches that makes Bray Wyatt look stronger. So let's see what happens. Let's see if I guess Luke Harper's going to help him now. Let's see if there's any more matches between Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, or they're going to move on. Who knows? Because, again, they were robbed from that last match last time. So we'll see what happens here with Bray Wyatt. But at least now we know that he does have Luke Harper in his corner, and now he has someone watching his back. So anyways, what do I say about the pay-per-view? I don't know. Honestly, I almost forgot about it. I knew there was a pay-per-view coming out. I knew it was No Mercy, but I forgot it. That was like next Sunday or something. And I was watching the website for discounts, and I saw the thing that's like, August 9th. October 9th. I'm like, oh crap, that's tonight. So, yeah, I almost missed it. What can I say? Like I said before, I really wanted to watch it just to see Becky defend the title, and maybe a little bit to see the big match with AJ Styles, Cena, and Ambrose, just to see if maybe AJ loses his title, maybe Ambrose gets it back or something like that. But what can I say? The pay-per-view, it was kind of so-so. No offense to fans of these guys, but I just don't really care about the hype bros, like the tag team match. I didn't care about, like, other than seeing the Usos being bad now and trying to get a feel for how they are, like how they're going to be, I guess, from now on. I didn't really care about that match either. I definitely didn't care about Baron Corbin and Jack Swagger. I just don't care that much about Nikki Bella and Carmella. And I guess kind of, sort of, Bliss and Naomi. I'm surprised Naomi won. And Alexa Bliss, I kind of like her style. I just kind of like that she looks like Harley Quinn now. She acts so bratty. I don't know if that's part of her character, but she was really bratty and doing tantrums. Like the referee told her, like, you know, like, break it up. And she's like, I know, I can count. So she's very, I guess that's her attitude, like, it's her spoiled bratness. But, yeah, the only matches I like were the early main event. I did like the Dolph Ziggler. Like, at first I didn't care too much, but I'm saying, wait a minute, this could possibly be like Dolph Ziggler's retirement match, so I better pay attention. But just watching, like, near the end where he just would not go down no matter what they did, and the wife spraying in his face and stuff, and he still like got past it, like that still got me hooked. So that did get me into it. And, of course, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, just see them fight, because that was the fight that we missed the last time. So that's the thing, though. That's what I like. Those were, like, my 3 favorite matches. The main event, you know, the Ambrose, Cena, and AJ Styles, Ziggler versus the Mizz. It was so good they made me care about it. And that's a good match when they could tell a good story and make you care about it. And Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, just kind of cool seeing them and everything. But everything else is just, I don't know. I mean, I was curious who they were gonna make Alexa Bliss fight. If they were gonna bring in like if Asuka made a surprise entrance, I would be like, holy fucking shit, they got Asuka on here, you know. But it was just Naomi. But so I don't care either. But that's a weird thing. And again, they ended this like a half hour early, and they still snuck in, I guess, what's it called, Smack Talk, the Smack Talk with SmackDown, some talk show they got now, but they actually counted as part of the pay-per-view. So if you're watching the last 30 minutes, it's actually this Smack talk show instead of, like, more wrestling. So that's kind of weird, too. It's like, guys, technically speaking, you want to compete against Raw, and yet your pay-per-views are shorter than your regular Raw episode. That's not a good sign. That's the second time they did that. The last time it just ended. This time they try to fill up the extra time with, you know, the stupid talk show. It's just, you know, if you really want to compete, if you really want to make SmackDown awesome and even better than Raw, then make your pay-per-views good and make them longer. Like, don't make them shorter than a regular Raw episode. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So anyways, pay-per-view was okay, some good moments there, and as always, it is a good entertainment. It's something good to watch and chill out, eat your popcorn while you're relaxing on Sunday night, you know. But other than that, it was very so-so. It was very so-so. I guess the next one is going to be the Raw Hell in a Cell. Of course, they got the advantage because I feel that Raw does have some of the more bigger superstars. They got the Cruiserweight, and of course, Hell in a Cell is a tradition, so, you know, we'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, Mark Rodriguez here, and see you next time for another episode of WWE Aftershock. Catch you in the ring.